So guys, today I'm gonna be making pakora. I haven't made it in a long time. Today I'm doing a little variation. So here I have 6 chilies chopped. I have 5 garlic cloves chopped. I have the same amount of ginger chopped, and I have onions chopped like this. And here I have about 6 potatoes that I've already washed and chopped, and it's ready for when I'm gonna use it to put in the batter. And the spices I'm gonna be using, I have here just like 5 tablespoons of water for now, because I don't know how watery I want it to be. So what I'm gonna be using is this stuff: coriander, crushed chilies, turmeric, and I'll be using this zira powder, and then I'll also be using this basin low oil absorb. Basin just means it's chili powder, it's chickpea flour. I haven't done it with chickpea flour, so I'm gonna see how it comes out. And I'm also gonna use some baking powder to help it fluffen up, so that when I make the batter and I'm trying to put the potatoes in it and then cook it in the oil, it doesn't get lumpy. It doesn't stay flat. It floats up to the surface and gives it this fluffy, beautiful cook all around. And today I don't have fresh cilantro, so I'm not using it. But if you add fresh cilantro, that's gonna make it even more delicious. So I'm gonna add half a tablespoon of baking soda. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add half a tablespoon of chili powder. You can see it's just reacting to the water. That's fine. Cumin seeds, just a little more, so half a tablespoon. This is what's gonna give the color. So turmeric, but you can always adjust your spices depending on how much you want it, or how much you like the color to be for the turmeric. For example, adding a good tablespoon of zira powder, and then this is dried mint leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chop some fresh green chilies, green onion stems, and also add it in here. But for now I'm gonna add these stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these garlic and ginger, add it in here. Try not to add the onions right now because we want to add it after. So guys, I've gone ahead and also added a generous amount of this spice. It tastes really good. I like to use it for this kind of stuff because I don't put it in my other meats. So for like beef patty and like pakora, it's like the best thing to put, because it gives it that earthy delicious flavor. And so for the flour now, how much should you put, you ask? It really depends on how much potatoes you have. I'm gonna go ahead and put a cup and show you guys what it looks like. And so this is a cup right here. That's why I told you guys don't add the onions, because we want to be able to mix this, stir this, and get the consistency that we want, and then go ahead and add the onions and the green onions. And I'm using 3 green onions. This is how I chop them up. So to half a cup of flour, I've gone ahead and added about half a cup of water, but you can always add more water depending on how watery you like it. I like it to be a bit on the thicker side, not too runny, so that it stays on my potatoes. And we're gonna just keep mixing it until it's the consistency that we like. And of course you can always add more flour throughout the process and more water depending on how much potatoes you have. If you feel that it's less, you can put more. If you feel that it's too much, then don't put any more. So after I mix this really well, I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions and the green onions in here, and then just let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes, and then go ahead and get cooking. So here we go guys, I've added the onions, and at this point I would recommend do not add any more water if you think that it's thick, because the onion has water, the green onions has water, so the water is gonna come out, and then you don't want the batter to be too watery where you have to end up adding more flour. So at this point just mix it well and don't add water. Let it rest for about 15 minutes at least, and then you will see at that point if you need to add more flour to your batter or not. Guys, here we go. I ended up and added another half cup of flour. So at this point I have 1.5 cups flour, and I have about 1 cup of water to get this consistency, because I added my onions in it as well. So at this point I'm gonna go ahead and it and show you guys how I'm gonna put it in the oil that I have right here. That is getting ready. It's getting hot, but I don't want it too hot, so I have the heat on 3 because I don't want the outsides to cook and then the inside is raw, which is gonna end up making it be raw and not cooked properly, and the outside is gonna be this brown red color that we don't want it to be too much of, but the inside will be raw. So that's why it's good to leave your oil from 3 to 4 depending on how hot your stove gets. Guys, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this, put it in here. You're gonna have to use your hands, so make sure you wash them. And you can see all these other ingredients, like you can just shovel it on top of the potato as if the potato is a spoon, and then mix it in, take it out, and we're gonna try one, test one out and see what it ends up looking like. And then of course you can use the spoon to put it in if you don't want to use your hands, because you don't want the oil splashing around. So you can take this. As you see, the oil is not hot enough, so that's why it didn't splash around, but it is getting hot. As you see, it's bubbling. So this is a good time to put them all in before the oil is too hot. And we're gonna go ahead and do this for all our batches until we're done. So you see, guys, it's bubbling up. That means that it's starting to cook. So that's good news for us hungry. And so we're gonna go ahead and let it get golden brown on each side and then take it out and serve it. And I have this ready here so that I can take it out and put it there so that the excess oil comes out once it's ready. And this is the flour, if you guys wanted to see it again, that I used. Like I said, I haven't used this flour before, so I'm going to see how it ends up tasting. It's just chickpea flour. And that's it. Yeah, so I hope my recipe was easy for you guys to follow. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me. So here it is, guys. The pakora is still a bit more cooking, but this is the first batch, so I wanted to show you guys the golden crispy color that it has.